This is my review of the First Berserker Khazan demo. You're going to hear some glazing. Big spoiler warning if you have not played the demo yet. The First Berserker Khazan demo is now out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and on PC. I'm not even sponsored. This game is just that good I want to promote it. I've been waiting to play this game since 2023's Game of the Year announcement, and holy shit, did they cook. I was really hoping we were going to get it last year, but now I'm kind of happy we did it. And I say that because they did not cut any corners with this demo whatsoever. It plays unbelievably well. I have not had a single issue, 0 crashes, 0 frame rate drops, no issues at all. All the video you are seeing is captured on my PS5, and I gotta say this game absolutely blew my load. Now, I did run into one bug, but I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty funny. I'll just show you real quick. Me and bro just had a staring contest for a good 2 minutes. And other than this, it was fixed immediately after I swung at him. Like, this wasn't that big of a deal. And it was actually just kind of funny and scary at the same time because I'm like, yo, what are you waiting for? But outside of that, I've had no issues with this game. It is actually very well optimized and it plays like a dream. It is actually unbelievably well done. And it is very good to actually see a game coming out that looks to be finished. And this is just a demo and no issues with the demo. Amazing. I'm actually very impressed. Okay, but let's go ahead and move on to the gameplay real quick so I can just kind of break it down on what you are to expect if you do decide to play the demo or get the game when it comes out in March. Okay, now imagine if Elden Ring, God of War, and Darksiders had a baby. It would definitely be this game. And that's honestly just my thoughts on it. Or at least that's what I feel like the game feels like. A lot of the fighting feels like God of War. A lot of the Souls aspect from it feels like honestly any Souls game, but the most recent one for me is Elden Ring. That's why I put Elden Ring. Now for Darksiders 2, I frankly just thought the art direction seemed pretty similar. I'm not saying like it could be influenced, it could be inspired by, but I just feel like they felt very similar. And I'm a huge fan of the Darksiders series, so seeing this art style again feels really, really good. Something about the sharp, dark, and gritty ass fucking textures are so damn satisfying. All right, let's move on to inventory and everything. So inventory is as simple as it gets. So first, we got our weapons. These weapons consist of 3 main classes, 4 if you count your fist, but you have greatsword, spear, and dual wield. So you got dual wield, which is mainly speed over damage. It still does pretty good damage, but it's mainly the fastest one you're going to get out of all 3. And then the greatsword, which is heavier and a lot slower attacks, but does a lot more damage. And then you have the spear, which is a mix of both and also has a good chunk of range with it as well. And then you could just do fists as well. You just take your weapon off and just run your fist. And I'm not going to lie, throwing just hands has to be the most satisfying thing so far in this game. Blocking is easier, perfect blocking is easier, parrying is way easier. And I tried taking on Blade Phantom with just my fists. It took 30 minutes to get him to half health. Fighting bare fists is no joke. And then armor. Armor is just as simple. You got a helmet, your torso, you got your pants, you got your footwear, and then you got your armwear or your bracers. Each armor has a specific set, and each armor has a specific rarity. If you find a higher rarity, obviously the stats will be higher, and if you find more items within the set that are the same, you get more bonus rewards. Accessories, you'll just find a necklace and a ring, and then they'll boost your stats as well, whichever one you equip, because they'll all be different. And then hotkey items are just miscellaneous items you'll find, which I won't explain all of them, because if you decide to play, you might want to know later for yourself, and just so I don't have to explain everything. And netherworld energy, which is the equivalent to a flask in the Dark Souls games, and they're only replenished at a campfire or a bonfire. And to replenish it, you need to go to these, which you'll find on the ground at certain points throughout the game. It's basically a bonfire, but it's just a giant sword. Activate it, then you use that to spend your lacrima to upgrade your stats, which is the equivalent to spending your souls. Lacrima is earned by killing enemies. There is also a very chunky skill tree, which I'm not going to show or break down because there's a lot, and frankly, I kind of want to keep quite a bit of a surprise for people that do decide to play the demo. Just leave it at every single weapon, and then your actual character has a skill tree. There's a lot. Now, I know I said that this was a review video. It more or less became a breakdown, but if you want my actual review, it's a 10 out of 10. I'd give it an 11. The only thing I literally wish was in this game was just a photo mode, but it's the demo, so hopefully I'm praying to God a photo mode comes on release. I haven't been this hyped over a demo in a long time. Last year's Stellar Blade, it had me pretty hype, not as hype as this. And then before that was Resident Evil Village, which I was very hyped for, but this is immeasurable how insanely intrigued I am by this game, and I cannot wait for it to release. If you're not a huge fan of Souls-like Souls-likes, I get it. This is one of the lighter versions of Souls-like, and it is very story-driven, and it is very, very good. But like most Souls games, it's probably going to have a shit ton of lore, but I'm all here for it, because from what they've already shown in the demo, I am 100% ready to learn. There's my review. I'm incredibly hyped, 10 out of 10. Now, from the rest of the video, I'll probably just put in some clips of me playing the game, no commentary with it, and I'll just add the sound, and then, yeah, you guys can enjoy, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments.